In the heart of the desert, where hope seemed to fade, a figure of unwavering faith emerged: Caleb. He, along with Joshua, was chosen by Moses for a crucial mission to explore the promised land Canaan, representing the tribes of Judah and Ephraim, respectively. These two leaders carried the necessary confidence to face the unknown. After being freed from slavery in Egypt over 4 centuries ago, the Israelites, guided by divine miracles such as the crossing of the Red Sea and provision in the desert, advanced toward the promise made to Abraham. At Mount Sinai, they received the laws that would cement their journey, preparing to conquer a new land. With clear instructions, the spies were tasked with assessing the fertility of Canaan, the strength of its inhabitants, and the solidity of its cities. For 40 days, they traversed vast landscapes, from the southern desert to regions near present-day Lebanon. Upon returning, they brought evidence of the land's abundant clusters of grapes, pomegranates, and figs, symbolizing the prosperity that awaited. However, they also witnessed the presence of the descendants of Anak, giants who inhabited the region, and saw fortified cities that inspired fear in most of the spies. With divided hearts, only Caleb and Joshua maintained the certainty that, with divine help, conquest would be possible. As they presented their report to the Israelite congregation, the message of abundance contrasted with the growing fear. Caleb, with his clear vision and solid faith, became a pillar of courage, influencing the destiny of the people as they faced challenges on their journey to the Promised Land. While most of the spies sowed fear among the Israelites, Caleb stood out with unwavering determination. He interrupted the murmurs of hesitation and firmly declared, "Let us go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do it." Unlike the others, Caleb acknowledged the giants and imposing walls, but fully trusted in the divine promise of victory, even in the face of apparent challenges. Despite his confidence, Caleb's words could not dispel the spreading fear. The other spies reinforced their pessimistic view, describing the land as relentless and its inhabitants invincible. "We are not able to go up against the people, for they are stronger than we," they insisted, painting Canaan as a devouring land that would reduce them to mere insects before their enemies. The discouraging report from the 10 spies triggered widespread panic. Amidst the lamentations, the Israelites wished they had remained in the safety of Egypt or the desert, expressing deep despair and even considering renouncing their leadership. Moses, Aaron, Joshua, and Caleb were disheartened by the people's lack of faith. Amidst the chaos, Moses and Aaron prostrated themselves in supplication, pleading for divine mercy. Joshua and Caleb, however, tore their clothes in a sign of mourning and courage, encouraging the congregation to remember God's promises. Caleb emphasized, "If the Lord is pleased with us, He will lead us into that land, a land flowing with milk and honey, and will give it to us. Only do not rebel against the Lord, and do not be afraid of the people of the land, because we will devour them. Their protection is gone, but the Lord is with us. Do not be afraid of them." The tension reached its peak when the glorious presence of God manifested in the tent. He expressed his frustration at the continued lack of faith, threatening to punish and disinherit the rebels. However, Joshua interceded, reminding God of his covenants and divine reputation among the nations. Moses appealed to God's constant love, requesting forgiveness for the people. The steadfastness of Caleb and Joshua, contrasting with the fear of others, stood out as a beacon of hope and faith, shaping the destiny of the Israelites as they faced the adversities that lay ahead on their journey to the Promised Land. The plea of Caleb and Joshua did not go unnoticed. God heard Moses' supplications and decided to spare the people from complete annihilation. However, he announced that only Caleb and Joshua would enter the Promised Land, ensuring that Caleb's faithfulness would guarantee him a lasting inheritance. "My servant Caleb, because he has a different spirit and follows me wholeheartedly, I will bring him into the land he went to, and his descendants will inherit it," the Lord declared. As a consequence, the Israelites were condemned to wander in the desert for 40 years, corresponding to each day the spies spent exploring Canaan. During this period, Caleb's faith never wavered. He held on to God's promise, serving with loyalty and integrity alongside the Israelite community, even in the face of continuous adversities. When the 40 years were completed, the generation that doubted perished, and the time to enter Canaan finally arrived under Joshua's leadership. At 85 years old, Caleb approached Joshua, determined to claim his inheritance. Recalling the promises made by God through Moses, he declared, "I am still as strong today as the day Moses sent me out. I'm just as vigorous to go out to battle now as I was then. Now give me this hill country that the Lord promised me that day. You yourself heard then that the Anakites were there, and their cities were large and fortified. But "The Lord helping me, I will drive them out, just as he said." Joshua, recognizing Caleb's faith and perseverance, blessed him and fulfilled the divine promise. Caleb conquered Hebron, driving out the Anakites and establishing the city as his inheritance. Hebron not only symbolized Caleb's faithfulness, but also became an important landmark in Israel's history, serving as the initial capital for King David. Caleb's determination left a lasting legacy. He became an example of faith and obedience for future generations, demonstrating that trust in divine promises brings significant rewards. Caleb's story inspires leaders and communities to maintain faith even in the face of the greatest challenges, reaffirming that fidelity to God will always be rewarded. Caleb's story transcends the mere narrative of a warrior. It encapsulates the deep connection between belief and reward, perseverance, and divine favor. Caleb's loyalty to God was not a passive faith. His willingness to enter the promised land, even in the face of opposition, demonstrated an active and fearless faith. He understood that trusting in God required concrete actions, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable challenges. Caleb remained steadfast, strongly contrasting with the fear that dominated the other spies. His courage endured over the years. At 85, his determination remained as vigorous as it was at 40, reflecting not only his physical strength, but, above all, his spiritual robustness. As a member of the tribe of Judah, Caleb carried with him a significant legacy in Israelite culture. Judah was prophesied as the royal tribe from which kings would arise, including the future messianic lineage. This connection to Judah deepened Caleb's story, as he embodied the qualities associated with David's lineage: courage, faith, and a heart wholly devoted to God. After the years in the desert, Caleb's conquest of Hebron represented more than a personal reward. It was a crucial milestone in Israel's conquest. Hebron, one of the oldest cities and a stronghold of the Anakite giants, became a symbol of Caleb's faithfulness to the divine promise. By driving out the Anakites, Caleb proved that, with God's help, no enemy was too powerful to be defeated. Caleb's legacy endured during King David's reign, who was anointed in Hebron, establishing a lasting connection between Caleb and Israel's future leadership. Hebron, beyond being a personal inheritance, became a significant spiritual center, reflecting the implications of Caleb's actions beyond his own. In subsequent generations, Caleb's story continued to inspire perseverance and trust in God, even in the face of the greatest adversity. His life served as a reminder to the Israelites and believers today that true faith does not depend on circumstances, but on unwavering trust in God's power and promise. Caleb's legacy influenced not only his family, but the entire Israelite community, establishing a model of courage and faithfulness that echoes through time. Caleb's journey goes beyond his feats as a warrior, standing out as a vibrant testament to intergenerational faithfulness. His dedication to God not only secured the conquest of Hebron, but also ensured that his future generations would inherit the established blessings. Caleb's steadfastness created a domino effect, strengthening his family and tribe, demonstrating that personal loyalty can profoundly influence the lives that follow. Mentioned numerous times in both the Old and New Testaments, Caleb is consistently portrayed as a man of full devotion to the Lord. Originating from a Kenizzite lineage, a group initially foreign to the Israelite tribes, his inclusion in the tribe of Judah evidences the breadth of divine promises. Caleb's rise as a leader illustrates that for God, what truly matters is faith and obedience, transcending any distinction of birth. Caleb's impact extended beyond the Hebrew Scriptures. In the New Testament, his spirit resonates in teachings that exalt endurance and unwavering faith. Caleb's life foreshadowed the type of discipleship that would be required by Jesus, marked by total commitment and willingness to face challenges, trusting in divine faithfulness. His example serves as an encouragement for believers to live a life of complete dedication, regardless of the adversities encountered. Caleb was not just a conqueror, he embodied the qualities of an upright and committed leader to God. His inheritance in Hebron became a lasting symbol of overcoming challenges, representing that, with divine help, even the most intimidating obstacles can be overcome. Hebron, one of the oldest cities in the region, stood out as a stronghold, conquered by Caleb's faith and determination, reinforcing the message that trust in God brings significant rewards. Beyond his military conquests, Caleb left a legacy of perseverance and resilience. His life exemplifies unwavering integrity and a clear purpose, qualities that inspired not only his own community, but also future generations of believers. Caleb's story is a powerful reminder that true faith requires courageous action and unwavering trust in God's promises, serving as an eternal model of how to live a life of devotion and courage. Caleb's journey highlights a fundamental truth present in the Scriptures. God's promises, though they may come with waiting and trials, never fail. During the 40 years of wandering in the desert, Caleb endured numerous difficulties alongside the Israelites, maintaining unwavering hope in the promise of Hebron. This long journey of waiting not only strengthened his faith, but also refined his character, making his conquest a living proof of the importance of perseverance and patience in the fulfillment of divine promises. In the broader context of Israel's narrative, Caleb symbolizes the faithful remnant, a recurring theme throughout the Bible. While many succumbed to fear and doubt, Caleb and Joshua remained steadfast, exemplifying how individual faithfulness can shine even among those in the minority. Their perseverance highlighted that true loyalty to God transcends popular opinion and the strength of the majority, ensuring divine favor to those who remain faithful. Generations later, both Hebrews and early Christians saw in Caleb a model of perseverance, aligned with the Scripture's call to run with perseverance the race marked out for us. Hebrews 12:1. His story transcended the historical context, serving as a spiritual metaphor for facing trials with unwavering commitment and courage. Hebron, more than a physical inheritance, became a spiritual stronghold where God's faithfulness to Caleb was celebrated. The conquest of the city not only symbolized the overcoming of physical challenges represented by the Anakite giants, but also reflected the spiritual victory over internal giants of fear and doubt. Caleb claimed Hebron as a testament that, with God, no obstacle is insurmountable. Beyond his military conquests, Caleb's life emphasized the importance of intergenerational faith. The blessings he received directly benefited his descendants, establishing a solid foundation for his family and tribe. This legacy demonstrates that personal faithfulness can positively influence countless future generations, shaping not only individual lives, but also the collective destiny of a community. Thus, Caleb is not only remembered as a valiant warrior, but as a leader whose faith and perseverance left an indelible mark on Israel's history. His ongoing example inspires believers to fully trust in God, persevering in divine promises, regardless of the adversities. If you enjoyed this inspiring story about Caleb's courage and faith, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new content. And, of course, leave your comment below, sharing what touched you the most in this journey of faith and perseverance. Until next